Staying with that story, I'm now joined by Basic Education spokesperson Elijah Mhlanga. Good to have you with us this afternoon, Mr. Mhlanga. Of the over 22,000 teachers with comorbidities who had been working from home, do you yet have an idea of how many of them reported to work this morning?
Good afternoon, Tammy. At this point, we are not able to make that determination. We are waiting for provinces to get the numbers from schools and compile those and share the information with the Department of Basic Education so that we can have a sense of what took place. But we believe that a large majority of them went back to school today.
I mean, as we hear from SADTU, clearly the exposure and the risks that were existing are still there, and these teachers are still at risk. Now, those who deem themselves still at risk have been advised to stay at home and to take leave. What type of leave will this be? Will it be paid leave?
Well, it would be sick leave. So sick leave is leave that you take because you're not well, and it's not your choice that you're not feeling well, but it's your medical condition which dictates that you should stay away from work. But the risk, yes, is there for them and for everyone else at work. But we are saying it's better to be in an environment where safety protocols are in place and that you will be looked after in the school. And the masks that are there are going to be given to them as well. They'll be given orientation because they've not been in school for some time. And that we are going to observe social distancing still. So it's not that the environment is going to change. It's not going to change. We're going to actually intensify now the health and safety protocols that were always there when schools reopened.
And what happens to the substitute teachers that had been employed in the interim?
The substitute teachers will need to continue to work. It doesn't mean that their contracts end today as well. They will have to continue to serve the full duration of their contracts depending on the length which they signed for. And at the end of that, then they'll have to explore other options. But we are urging schools to find other ways of retaining their services if they are needed and if it is affordable to do that. But also provinces are also exploring the possibility of keeping them where it is possible to do so.
As far as the level of productivity that the teachers who are working from home had, have you managed to analyze that and see if they were being productive even while working from home?
Well, it's very difficult to do that because it's been a short time. And for you to be able to conduct that type of analysis, you would need a certain period of time for you to see the impact that their work would be having in schools. But also, the fact that the substitute teachers have been in school, it means that the gaps have been closed. But some schools, even without substitute teachers, they were able to proceed using the differentiated timetable. And with that, they were able to accommodate all the teachers that were in school with the groups of learners that were in school. Because as much as the grades are back in school, it doesn't mean that the total number of the learners in the school are back, but they have been divided into groups, which means they are now in smaller numbers, coming at different days at different times as well, which allowed the teachers that were available in school to be able to teach them. So we believe that we wouldn't have allowed any learner to be left behind.
I mean, clearly lots of measures have been put in place to ensure that schooling does continue as best as possibly can under these circumstances. But what are the challenges that still persist as far as ensuring that you do actually complete the academic year?
Yes, there's lots of challenges. I mean, the fear factor is still there, but our biggest one is absenteeism among learners. There's still a lot of learners who are not back in school yet, and we don't know the reason for that. Even at matric level, we are still concerned. Provinces are recording high numbers of matriculants who have not gone back to school yet, and the biggest thing about it is that we don't know why they are not back because they were never registered for home education. So it becomes very difficult to know where they are. That to us is a big issue because it will have long-lasting implications for societies, for the communities where they come from. And some of them will realize that they lost out on school time when it's too late. So we are begging them to come back to school. But otherwise, the teachers are doing their best. And we saw, even with the visit yesterday to the Free State, where we visited 15 schools with the Director General, we found that in all the 15 schools, it was full house. Learners are back in school learning. And we are glad that they are taking up the opportunity to learn again. But for other grades, we are really worried that the learners are not back in school. So we ask parents to please release their children to come back to school.
And that really is a serious problem that the department is facing now. Apart from pleading with the parents to return the children to school, what other measures are you intending to put in place to actively entice them to pick up with their studies during this time?
Well, we are telling them that it's safe to be in school, but we are also implementing other measures. A tutor program where they can call someone if they need help with curriculum support. But we are also telling them that when they come for the Saturday classes, there will be catering there. Learner transport is available as well. And we are trying to, do whatever we can, including putting up recorded lessons on radio, but also interactive ones on radio and television to try get them excited about education. And we are also showing them what is actually happening in other schools as we visit them. We share with them what we are seeing in other places so that they can see that actually things are back to normal to a certain degree, that other learners are in school, learning is taking place, teachers are there waiting for you. So we are showing them that, some normalcy is back and that they should also join their peers and come back to school. We still have some time. We might not be able to finish the curriculum in its entirety, but a lot of good work is going to be done. So we want them to be in school and try focus so that we can finish.
Well, thank you very much for your time this afternoon, Elijah. That's Mr. Elijah Mhlanga, spokesperson for the Department of Basic Education. And I wonder how many parents are actually still keeping their children at school and what it will take for you as a parent to feel comfortable enough to release them. Is lockdown level 1 enough for you now that so many of the teachers will be going back to school as well?